Howdy, thanks for joining us for the second video in physical preparation for hiking. The first video we covered some of the common ways that people are injured or even killed, and we focused on some exercises to help prevent those, specifically overuse injuries. This next video we are going to discuss more exercises that help prevent falls and help prevent falls specifically when descending. So the exercises presented here are drawn from two studies. The first, research on the influence of ankle exercises on balance among community-dwelling older adults. And what's interesting about these is that 4 of the exercises from the last video, the TheraBand ankle exercises, were actually tested and concluded to be beneficial. But we're not going to cover those again because those are in the last video. The second study that we looked at for this video is long title, which is efficient in improving postural control among novice runners, isolated ankle strengthening or functional balance training program. And since the last video we covered that isolated ankle strengthening, we're going to cover more of the functional balance training. Both of those have been shown to be effective. However, while maintaining your balance during specifically a very dynamic activity, this study showed that the functional balance training program was superior. So it's important to get both of them in so we can think of these series of exercises as an advancement or as supplemental exercises once the other series have gotten easy and you've progressed through that 6 weeks or 12 weeks course, however many you choose to do, you can go to these. Or if your body handles it and you are adapting to it, that last video calls for performing exercises 3 days a week. This protocol similarly calls for performing them 3 days a week. So you can alternate exercises. You can do one set of exercises, take a rest day, do the second set of exercises. And since we're hitting kind of different places with different modes of exercise, it will be more likely that you're able to recover. So here is the full set of exercises, and don't get intimidated because a lot of these are advancements on other exercises included. So you're not necessarily going to be doing all of them. And a point that I want to touch on here before I touch on it here at the very end is that these are meant to be fun. They are designed to help you enjoy an activity, a pastime, and so there's no reason to think of them as a chore or something tedious. Rather, try to find joy and enjoyment in them. Some people really enjoy listening to music or watching television or doing them with friends or family, as long as you can perform them safely with enough attention that you are performing them with good form, then go ahead if it helps you enjoy them. We begin with ankle range of motion, and this is just kind of an important warm-up to get blood into the area before we strengthen it. Then we go to toe pickups with inversion and eversion, and this and the towel curls here are to help strengthen those intrinsic muscles of your foot, which are very important because those are kind of the first muscles with which we react to the ground with, and those really do help with your balance and maintaining your balance. From there, we begin to focus on functional activities. We've got double heel raises, and notice this person's holding onto a chair. That's pretty important so that you can help maintain your balance while you're getting used to it. If you don't need the chair, don't use it, but I do want you to have something there, if that's your kitchen counter or a cane or a chair. Safety is the #1 priority, since the whole point of this is to prevent the injuries for that activity that you enjoy doing, which is hiking. Then we go into forward lunges, and just note that these are very low lunges that they're showing. Don't feel like you have to go down that low, especially when you're starting out. I do want you to progressively push yourself to get lower, but only what you can handle. So that might start at a 3-inch dip there in the back leg, then right back up. But as you practice and get more adept and stronger and your proprioception and balance increase, try to get that depth down deeper. Now, like we were talking about with the double heel raises, you can use a stick, you can use a chair, you can use a counter to help maintain that balance. This lunge clock is an advancement on those forward and backward lunges, and it just goes out to the side at diagonals and then laterals. And these are important because hiking is very unpredictable. The the terrain can shift, can move. It's definitely uncertain. So this just helps strengthen you in all those kind of odd areas. Now, since one of the main ways people are injured, especially fatalities, as that studies from Switzerland showed, was descending inclines, we go to these step downs. And for this, you're going to want a book or a box, something sturdy that's not going to fold or tip you over. And again, you can have something next to you to hold on to. What I do want you to focus on is when you step down, that you not let gravity take you and you just hit very suddenly, but rather you descend nice and slowly. That posted leg controls the descent, going forward, going backwards. From there, we strengthen both legs. These are mini squats. And once you get good at these mini squats, see if you can advance to these squats with hip hinges, just because they're a little more functional. They start to add some of that core activation we talked about in the first video, and are a little bit more realistic of the functional activities that you'll be having to do, especially if you wear a pack. Then this will help keep that core control, protecting your back. We have 3 more functional exercises. We go to box squats. Once the squats on the previous page have gotten fairly easy, fairly doable, and you're knocking out 3 sets of 10 of those, okay, then go to these box squats. And these ones are really fun because they're very, very functional. This is a lot like just standing up and sitting down. You're doing it with a little more intention, however, and you're not putting your whole weight on the chair. Try to just kind of touch it like there was an egg on the chair and you don't want to break the egg. Once you touch down, push yourself back up. Then we have lateral jumps and then single leg lateral jumps. Start with the double leg lateral jumps, and once those are easy, once you know you can handle those, then you can advance to the single leg lateral jumps. And we're going to finish our exercise with some balance. Now, all of this, the hold times listed are 10 seconds, and that's because that's the hold times that were listed in the protocols. However, it's really not uncommon in clinical settings to expand that 10 seconds to 20 to 30 to a minute as your tolerance grows. So once you've reached those 3 sets of 10-second holds, don't think I've done everything there is to be done. I've come to the Rubicon, I've crossed the Rubicon, and now it's time for me to go back to Rome and enjoy all my spoils. Let's advance it a little bit. Let's push that time up, and we can begin to challenge you more by turning your head left to right, turning your head up and down. Then you can close your eyes. You can stand on an unstable surface such as foam, and really help improve your balance like that. A couple of things to note here. It is very beneficial to do these without shoes. It would also be very beneficial to do them with the hiking boots or the hiking shoes that you plan on using, so you know exactly how your foot is going to respond, how your foot and ankle are going to respond in those shoes. And again, like we see here and here, have something that you can hold on to so that we ensure safety. We want to minimize injuries. And I've harped on that enough. So some closing thoughts. Let's circle back to having fun. These are done to help prevent injury and prepare you to enjoy hiking. So this isn't homework, this isn't something you have to do, but if you set a goal for yourself, these are good exercises to help you attain that goal. Build up to the volume suggested. 3 sets of 10 right out the gate may leave you with some delayed onset muscle soreness. That's that soreness that you feel the next day. A lot of people associate this with a really, really good workout. There's not a good correlation for that. What that really means is that your body isn't able to recover from the stress that it was given. And we want all the stress that we give you to be able to change into some kind of adaptable growth. So if the next day after these exercises you're in a lot of soreness and it lasts for a day or two, reduce that volume next time, change the activity, do less exercises, and start to work yourself up again. Last thing, stay safe. Use a balance that is necessary. Below here in the link box, you're going to see a link to a printable form of these exercises. And as always, if you have questions or comments, please leave them below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you get out there and enjoy the mountains.